Let's have a conversation about the use of a bot bag in a play therapy process. Now, a bot bag is also sometimes referred to as a punching bag. And this is a punching bag that you could have available to your child clients in your office that they could use in whatever way they wanted to use. And that's the first thing that I want to mention is that when we hear about bot bags and punching bags, that oftentimes we make the assumption that they're going to be used for an aggressive purpose or outlet or expression of some kind. But I want us to really recognize that it's really just another toy in the playroom. Some children will use it to lean on, they'll use it to roll on. Some children will use it to represent a person in the play. And so we really need to move away from that this is a toy that is solely used for aggressive purposes. Now, for this conversation, I am going to focus on what are some things that you can do when it is used for an aggressive purpose. But remember, the child can use it for anything that the child wants to use it for. So the very first thing is not to make an assumption that you know what it represents. So as the child is engaging with the bot bag, it may be a person, it may be a situation, it may be a thought. Who knows? And we don't have to know as clinicians. So don't assume that you know. And for that reason, make your statements and your reflections as neutral and open-ended as possible. The second thing is that we really don't want to promote the aggression. So there's a difference between integration and catharsis. Catharsis is the child is just wailing on it, and it is the child's punching it and kicking it and whatnot, which I'm not saying doesn't have its purpose in play therapy. But what we're really going for is integration. And in order for integration to happen, the child needs to be mindfully connected to themselves. So that means that they're a bit more aware of their breath. They're more aware of those aggressive urges as they are interacting with the bot bag or the punching bag. So statements like, hit it harder, you're so strong, get it. Those kinds of statements promote aggression. So I want to give you some examples of statements that you can do that support integration and really support the child in becoming aware of the relationship that they're having with the bot bag and a little bit more about what's going on inside of their own bodies. So the first is sometimes, and actually oftentimes, the clinician is set up to be an observer. So the clinician is observing while the child is interacting with the bot bag. So the first thing that we can reflect is, what is it like potentially to be the bot bag? So you might say something like, I'm imagining being the bot bag. So let's say that the child has taken the bot bag and has turned it upside down. You might say something like, I'm imagining being the bot bag and my whole world is turned upside down. You might make a statement about what the child is doing with the bot bag. So you've turned it upside down. You might make a statement that is really about if there is an emotion that is arising, or even your experience in the moment. Wow, there's so much energy right now. Things are moving really fast. It's like everything is spinning. I'm feeling it even inside of my own belly. I'm gonna breathe. When we make statements like that and we name the emotion or the energy that's arising in the moment, it actually causes the child to reflect upon, is that what's happening inside of me? Now, notice how that's a little bit different than, you're so mad. Now, again, we still may say that if it's really obvious, or the child is saying, I'm so mad, then we can say, yes, you're so mad. You want me to know how mad you are. But notice in these type of reflections, it's not about encouraging the aggression. It's about developing awareness and helping the child understand more what they are doing, the effect of what they're doing, and getting curious about their relationship with the Bop Bag from multiple angles, including you as the observer. So if you want more tips, I'm going to encourage you to go buy my Aggression in Play Therapy book, because there's a whole section on it in this book, which, by the way, has now been translated into Spanish. So if you want more, check this out. But in the meantime, if you have a Bop Bag, if you have a punching bag in your room, just remember, the child gets to interact with it in whatever way feels most meaningful for the child. And our job is to facilitate and deepen that experience in whatever way is most meaningful for the child, not assuming that we know what it is or exactly what the child needs it to be.